Hello everyone, it's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com and welcome to today's Craft and Chat video. I am so excited today. A few months ago on a Craft and Chat, I put together my team swap cards for the month and I shared that process in a Craft and Chat video, and I thought it would be really fun to do it again. My team does a card swap every single month. In December, we are featuring Sale-a-Bration items that run January and February for customers. But of course, as demonstrators, Sale-a-Bration started for us back in November. So we have had our hands on the products for, over a month. And they'll be available to customers starting January 7th, 2025. But I need to make up some swap cards for my team, for those who are participating. So we're going to use some fun new Sale-a-Bration items. So Day to Celebrate stamp set. The adorable Fruit Salad DSP. I was so excited about that. I breathed in and you know how that goes. And then these Purple Sequins here. These are all Sale-a-Bration items. They are all free with a $60 purchase. They're the options you can select. So let's go ahead. We are going to make a super fun card for my team members. Here's another look at these items close up. They're so cute. I have a design in my mind, but I haven't cut anything. So this is going to be a true Craft and Chat. We're going to do everything together. So I'm looking at the back of the fruit salad paper here, and there's a bunch of colors listed. But before I go for that, why don't we open this bad boy up? I like to rip across the top, and usually it's so nice to me, but when I'm on video, sometimes it doesn't want to be. Okay, so then I just want to pick out my patterns here. Now, with this fruit salad set here, it looks like you get 1, 2, 3, 4 of each pattern, and I need to make 4 swap cards, and I don't really want to completely diminish my supply here. But hey, it is free paper, so I can always get more. So I just need to pick out a pattern here. It is so cute. Knowing that with the card I have in mind, I'm debating if I like that orange piece. I like the orange piece. I'm debating if I want to use it. But the card I have in mind, you actually get to see both sides of the paper. So, I like that kiwi one. Oh, that one is so cute. Maybe we'll do this one here. Okay, the pears are really cute too, though. Wow, it's really hard. Let's do I think we're going to do the pears. So I need to make 4 of these. And let me slide this back and just take a peek at the back. So I'm thinking this is Daffodil Delight, maybe some garden green in there, granny apple green in there, early espresso. And I'm just going to keep that off to the side so I have it. So you can see the early espresso kind of pulled out there. And the Daffodil Delight is really the star of the show on the back side here. So what I think I'm going to actually do for my card base, which you'll see in a minute, I think I'm going to go with early espresso. Although maybe not. Maybe I want to do, what did I say? Garden green and granny apple. Maybe I want to do garden green. Let's do that. I don't know about you, but I sometimes neglect this color when it's not Christmas. So I think it'll be kind of nice to use it now. Okay, so I put that away. So I'm going to cut these to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And yes, I'm cutting them. They're kind of like a card base layer. They're not like a full card base, this picture that I have in my head. Now, by the way, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so everything you see me using here, I do sell. So the Sale-a-Bration items, of course, will be available starting on January 7th. Oh, I almost cut that, and then I wanted to make sure. I'm cutting these down to 5 1/4. On the bottom of the pears is what I'm cutting off. But anyway, so I will have a link down in the description box below this video with pictures of these cards and the supplies that I used and all that good information, including the measurements too, if you are interested in those. So, okay, so we've got these. Now I'm going to turn them. So we've got this cut down to 5 1/4 by 6. I'm going to score all of these at 2 inches. And we're just going to, we're going to score them at 4 because I want the fold. Oh, let me think with my brain. I want the fold. This is me playing with my hands to figure out what I want the fold to actually do. So I want it to fold that way. And then I want, yeah, okay, we are going to score it 2. Okay, now this is DSP, so I'm going over it quite a bit, but I'm not pushing very hard, which is why I'm scoring quite a bit. Just so you know. All right, so there's a bunch of 2-inch. Okay, and one more. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to set them over by the garden green pieces just off on the side here. And then what I want to do is I want to make a couple of quick little layers. So what I'm going to do is maybe grab my basic white first. These are for the inside of the card, and I will also need to do something for the outside of the card. But we're going to start with the inside because then we can you know, do the outside from there. So let's cut the inside at 2 3/4. Nope, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go 2 5/8. Okay, 2 5/8 again. By 4 1/8. So I'm cutting these 4 pieces to 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. One more here. And then I'm going to grab some Granny Apple Green. Okay, and we are going to grab a sheet here. And we're going to cut these at 2 3/4. Hold on, let me put this away because you know that is just how I roll. And then these are going to go by 4 1/4. So I did the white ones purposefully at 4 1/8 so I can get that layer, but then we're doing 4 1/4 because we can get 2 from one cut. So there we go. These are going to be the inside layers. So now for the outside, what I'm picturing is I was going to do maybe the sentiment that says all day your way, and then happy birthday on the inside. One of the things we do for club is we like to decorate the inside of, I said club, geez, I mean for swaps. We like to decorate the inside. So that is great. That's only about 2 1/4 inches. So I'm trying to decide if there's a die I want to use for the outside or if I want to just go ahead and cut with my cardstock. Because the pieces we just cut, the Granny Apple Green and everything, those are going to show on the outside. So I'm debating we might want to just cut something that will be covered. I think we do want to do that. So I'm going to just set that to the side. We're going to get it on a block quick though, just so you know it doesn't stick to anything else, and move that to the side. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm debating, I'm thinking in my brain, I am going to, I don't want to fussy cut anything because that sounds awful. You guys know I hate fussy cutting, but I do feel like it needs a little bit of pizzazz or something. So what if I cut a piece, another piece of garden green to kind of layer on the front, and I could emboss that? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we are going to take our Granny Apple Green, and the last time we did 2 3/4, so I want this one to be slightly bigger, but if we do 4 1/4 it will be the same. So we need to actually start here. So we're going to go 4 1/2, 4 1/2, and layers wise 3 1/4 actually makes the most sense. So that's what we're going to do. So this is not like direct. If we were doing it and adding a 1/2 or a 1/4 inch, then these would be cut to 3, if this makes sense. But with the actual measurements of the outside of the card, these are 3 1/4 by 4. Does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense to me. Okay, so that's that. And then we need to emboss those. So hold on one second. All right, so our theme is Sale-a-Bration, and you are allowed to use things that are not Sale-a-Bration. And I just feel like this plaid folder is like my best friend. I love it. So I'm going to use it if I can. So I'm going to take these Granny Apple Green pieces, and I might not be really great on camera here, but I'm just going to lay them down. I can get 2 at a time. I'm just gonna lay them down straight-ish because I want the plaid going straight-ish. Close that up, and then we're gonna grab our number 4 plate, which works with our 3D embossing folders. Crank this through. Okay, and you will grab these pieces, and then we're going to do the other two. So I use this black line here to help line up my first one, and then I just make sure that they're pretty parallel-ish. The plaid that's in the folder is not perfectly straight, so you can kind of use it as a guide, but don't use it as like an end-all be-all, if that makes sense, because it's just not. So anyway, all right, so let me move this and grab these. Yeah, I love the plaid folder so much. It's the best folder. Seriously, it's like my favorite. So, all right, so those are cut. Now, I think I want to die cut for our sentiment. So I need to pick out a label. And I kind of feel like one of these would be kind of cool. Like this, all day your way. But it'd be cool to do it that way, but I don't know if this bigger one would be too big. Would that even really fit? Hold on. Not really. So if I put it to the side, which I suppose I could, that would fit in there. But do I really want it to the side? Yeah, we'll just go for it. Sometimes you just have to trust like what your vision in your head, you know? So I am going to grab early espresso for this, and we are going to ultimately heat emboss the sentiments on here. Let me pull this out so I can see. I can't fit two next to each other, so we'll just go ahead and put them. I can't fit two this way, I mean. And then I always angle these. So whenever you are die cutting something that has that blunt edge, I always try to make sure it angles. If it goes straight through, right, it's just gonna hit, where if it angles, it can nicely kind of ease in. So if you ever find that you have some struggles with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, or any kind of die cutting machine, to be honest, if you ever find that like it seems a little tough or whatever to crank through once that die hits the roller, that's probably why. I would say angle your dies and see if it helps. All right, then we got to do it back, but we can only fit the one. So hold on, let me see if I have another piece in here. All right, I've got two other pieces here that'll work. Right, so there's that one, and here's this one. And we can crank these through. All right. There's one die. There's a second die. Let me just put these back. You guys, I always clean as I go. Do you do that? I feel like a lot of people don't. I always see pictures of like crafting projects half done and all that, and I just don't have that. I don't know what it is about me, but I just can't. Even if I don't like how it turned out, it's gotta get finished. So I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one. I probably am. Anyway, okay, so here's these 4 pieces. I am going to grab first my embossing buddy. Now I like to emboss on my grid paper here, my messy scrap paper, because if I accidentally spill any of the embossing powder, then it's easy to get back into my container. All right, so I'm just kind of using my embossing buddy here to remove static. Then we'll just close that up. And we will grab our Versamark ink pad and our sentiment that says all day your way. So cute. And stamp this down now. Oh, that's right. We were going to do it the other way. Flip. All right. So do I want that going this way or do I want it going this way? Ooh, I think I want it going this way. Okay. Just pretend like I remembered that earlier. Yep. Okay. So we're going to put that straight-ish. Sorry if my head gets in the camera. Let's do all of them real quick because I think that they'll be fine once we get that embossing powder on them. Then we just have to heat emboss. Okay, all day your way. And I am going to use, oop, that's not white. Hold on, grab the wrong one. I'm going to use white embossing powder because it will really pop against the dark colored cardstock. And I'll just pick these up, use my little spoon here. And tap, tap, tap. 1. 2. Notice how I said I'm using my messy scrap paper for this and I'm not even on it. Yeah, shh, don't tell. Okay, do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay, so these are all done. I'm gonna go ahead and I will speed up me actually heating them in the video so you can see it, but I'm gonna speed that up and I'll put some nice fancy little music under it. So 1 second. All right, so these are all heated up now, so they're still hot, so I'm just going to set them to the side because I don't want them to smudge. And we'll move this guy out of the way, and then we can start assembling. So I am going to start with our DSP. I'm just going to fold on that score line here, and actually, yeah, we're going to go like this. Okay, I'm going to fold here. Okay, so that Daffodil Delight little piece is going to peek out on the outside of our card. And the cute pears are going to be on the inside. Isn't this the cutest paper? I love it. I think it's so fun. All right, so we've got that. And then what we can do is take our seal and we're going to run seal on the back. Okay, so the larger Daffodil Delight. And I am adding a lot of adhesive just because I don't want anything to go anywhere. And this is going to layer right on to the center of our garden green piece. Adorable. And set that off to the side and we'll do the next one. And I just have to say I love my team so much and I'm so excited to get all of their cards too for our swap. And they're just the best people. So I don't know, if a card swap or something is something you'd be interested in and you aren't already a demonstrator, if you're thinking about it, I think it's like a no-brainer. You get to save money on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, so I don't know why you wouldn't. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. But I will tell you that in January, starting on the 7th, there is going to be a really awesome starter kit special where you get a bunch of extra product. So if you want to know more about that, feel free to just reach out to me. My email is linked in the description box of this video. Otherwise, it's melissa@stampwithmelissa.com. And 1 L, 2 S's, by the way. And yeah, okay, so that's going to go in there. How stinking cute. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go run a line of seal down just the left edge and then part just this Daffodil Delight piece, just a little bit in the middle to make sure that we don't accidentally cross over. And then this is going to be centered. Okay, and then let's just do the others here. So one side and a little bit in the center, and then center this. Okay, and one side and a little bit in the center, and then center it. And last but not least, one side and a little bit in the center, and say it with me now, then center it. Okay, so I know you were thinking it at least. Okay, so sometimes I get like seal boogers in here after doing it on an embossing folder, but it looks like we're good. So those are those. And then what I want to do is I want to grab the happy birthday sentiment. I don't know about you, but especially now after the holidays, man, oh man, do I need some birthday cards. So that's what we're going to make these. And I'm going to grab my Early Espresso ink pad so that we match that label. And also we're matching the stems and the seeds. in our DSP. So, okay, so we're just going to stamp that down. It looks like I need to re-ink my early espresso, but it's okay. And stamp this one. I also like this one because this is a card that could be used for anybody, right? Like toddlers, men, women, anybody. So you've got all your bases covered, and this is a really easy card to recreate. If you swap out that DSP, all you have to do is change your cardstock colors. So super easy peasy. All right, so I am just adding some seal then to the back of these basic white layers and layering them onto our Granny Apple Green. Okay, and then we will put these inside the card. Okay, here's this one. Which fruit is your favorite? Do you have a favorite fruit? My favorite fruit, okay, you guys, I'm going to expose myself here. Also, just so you know, I'm going to put seal on the back of these to put them inside. So, my favorite fruit is cantaloupe, which I know is maybe a little silly because a lot of people, I think, don't like cantaloupe. But that's okay, because then there's more for me. And then here's something, I'm exposing myself a little bit, but I do not like, I have never liked any kind of berry. I like berry flavors of things. Okay, so you see how that covers that. Oh, cute. Okay, I like berry flavored things, but I don't like strawberries. I don't like blueberries. I don't like raspberries. I don't like blackberries. I don't like whatever else other kind of berries there are. I just don't like them, and I don't know why. And I know that might sound insane, but yeah. So when I was like 8 or 9, my family used to go to a resort every year in northern Minnesota with a group of my dad's friends and their families. And they had the kind of this like wooden overlook thing. It was kind of like a loungy, like a sun deck kind of thing. So you went down this huge hill to get to the beach, which is a lake, of course, because it's Minnesota. So you went down this huge hill, whatever. Okay, like this, I think. And then we'll do like a little linen thread. That's my thought. Okay. Anyway, so you went down this huge hill, and I was like there with the other kids, and I was standing at the edge, and it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 6 feet. It wasn't very tall to the sand. So it's like, right, the sun deck and then sand with, you know, the beach where you could go be in the lake. Just, you know, picture it in your head. Anyway, and I was standing and I was like talking to one of the kids or something like that. And I ended up like taking a step too far, and I fell off of this sun deck onto the beach, and I got sand in my mouth, like all over. And then maybe like I'm sure I had strawberries like when I was little, but definitely not a lot. So the first time I remember trying a strawberry was maybe about a year after this incident, and I think it was a texture thing for me. I just could not do it. I thought that strawberry tasted like sand. So whenever people say, "What, you don't like strawberries?" I always go, "No, they taste like sand." And then they're like, "Oh, how do you know what sand tastes like?" And I'm like, "Well, because I fell off a dock." And that's what I tell people, and then they're like, "Oh." And then they don't have any other questions for me, and it works out in my favor. Okay, I want this to go slightly off the edge here. Anyway, so that's my story. You can chuckle at me all you want to. But yeah, that's my experience. And then come to find out, after I tried that strawberry and I was like, this is absolutely disgusting and I never want to eat one of these again, my dad was like, yeah, I also don't like strawberries. So I don't know if that kind of thing can be genetic, but maybe. So I don't know. I do like apples, pineapples, cantaloupes, watermelons, everything else. Just, I've never liked a berry. Interesting, right? All right, so I've got just this itty bitty bit of linen thread left. So let's see if we can make this work. I'm gonna actually try. I don't know if I can do it, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to make this into 4 equal parts and just do my very best here. So let me grab my ribbon scissors. And I basically just put this in half and trimmed. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. In half or close to it. Right now I've got 2 loops trim, and then I just want to try to, I'm going to take this to my desk just to try to straighten out the linen thread a little bit because it likes to curl. And these are going to be so small, but they're going to be great. So no measurement for this. I just used what I had, literally. Okay. And look at that. Does that happen to you guys? Every time. Let's do it again. Every time it happens, but it's okay. Okay, twisty twist. And that looks pretty okay. I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead. We're just going to stick this on a glue dot. And let's just pull 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Just set them there, and we'll just put each one on as we finish it. Okay. All right, so I want you to tell me in the comments what your favorite fruit is and what your least favorite fruit is. And maybe you don't like strawberries like me, and if that's true, please tell me, because the only other person that I know who doesn't like strawberries is my dad. So I would like to know if there are more people who can relate to me, or who I can relate to. So anyway. Oh, that one's not the best either. So let's redo it. Oh, and then we tied it into a knot because I pulled both ends at the same time, but luckily I didn't do it too tight. Silly me. I blame holiday brain. What day is it? What time is it? Is it morning or evening? Who knows? Okay. Boom. Okay, we're going to try this one again. And it's decent enough. Okay, and one more. Oh, I think that would be too small of a tail, so give myself a little bit more room. Nope, that one is, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Okay, try again. It's okay, you're allowed to try till you like it. Or till it's good enough, like I said before. Okay, that's good. Alrighty, so then let's take one at a time, and I just like to squish that glue dot under my fingers here. And I think we're gonna put it maybe over here by the Y in way, right? Like that. Cute, okay. So there's 1, there's 2, and the reason I like to kind of squish it is because you can see I didn't do a great job this time. And if you don't squish it, a lot of times the knot, especially when you use like a thread or a twine, it's smaller than the glue dot, right? And so then that glue dot is exposed, and when you put it in an envelope or stack the cards or whatever, sometimes it can just like stick, and you don't really want that. So I just squeeze it together, and it helps to hide that. So there's that, super duper cute. And then I want to use these purple adhesive backed sequins. These ones are also going to be free with a $60 order. And I was thinking about using these ones because they're a little bit clearer, but honestly, like, I'm feeling the pink. I don't think I'm going to use the pink, but, and these are actually called purple adhesive backed sequins, but if you ask me, we've got white, light pink, purple, and dark pink. Or hot pink, whatever you want to call it. This is definitely, they're definitely more pink to me, but maybe it's just my eyes. And then see, like this one, when you get it on here, I feel like it looks more white. So we'll just stick a couple of those down. And do it again to all the rest of the cards. So while I finish this up, I will just say thank you so much for watching today's craft and chat video. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and just scroll back on my YouTube channel. I post them most Saturdays. I try to aim for every Saturday, but these are meant to be stress-free, fun, crafty time. So sometimes I just have too much going on and it would be stressful to put one of these out, and so I don't. So, but that's pretty rare. So I have quite a few of these now. I just started up this series a couple months ago and I love it so much, so I am so glad that you are here. And I hope you enjoyed these cards. I hope you will try this fold out. I will link my Facebook group down in the description of this video. Please head over, share pictures of your card if you make this fun fold as well. And don't forget, the link in the description of this video will have pictures as well as the measurements in case you want to see them written as well. So, all right, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me out on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye for now.